Good afternoon. Merry Christmas. Hey, guess what? It's the Ask Dr. Ernst show. I'm your host, Dr. Ernst. It's a show where pounds are shed, disease is dead, and where you can be set free from your health problems. What an awesome day today that I get to spend Christmas Day, right? The 25th of December, last Saturday of the year, teaching you guys some amazing things about natural health, healing, innate immunity, and how you can become your own doctor. This is not only your health hour. We exist to answer your questions and talk about them from a holistic perspective. But guys, today I'm going to do something very special. We're going to talk about an organ that you need to pay some attention to. If you're watching our live stream on facebook.com/AskDrErnst or youtube.com, I want to get a bunch of thumbs up and likes. Today is Merry Christmas Mitochondrial Makeover. Merry Christmas Mitochondrial Makeover. We're going to talk about these guys. Some of you may be like, what am I doing? Well, the mitochondria are your major energy producers. That's where you get your energy from. It's how you regenerate. It's how you anti-age. It's how you basically heal. Okay, you can't perform metabolic function without your mitochondria, and it is one of the most important organs in your body, second to your brain and spinal system, which of course controls everything, but it's the least discussed in medicine, in my opinion. Okay, think about this. When's the last time you went to your doctor and you said something like, hey doc, listen, I'm struggling, my health isn't on par, here's what I'm feeling, I'm tired all the time, I'm getting a little dizziness, vertigo. Have you guys had this? Or like where you're walking and all of a sudden, boom, you bang into the wall. Acid reflux, muscle aches, pain, tiredness, cardiovascular issues. That could be blood pressure, arrhythmias, palpitations, liver issues. Listen, there's a lot of people with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, cholesterol problems, triglycerides issues, kidney, neurological, numbness and tingling, migraine headaches. I'm going down a list of symptoms of mitochondrial dysfunction. Tinnitus, ringing in your ears, difficulty hearing, so age-related hearing loss or just hearing loss in general, higher susceptibility to infections, illness. Guys, you go to a classic MD, they're going to listen to this, and the last thing they're going to say is, hey, you should make over your mitochondria. You should pay attention to the inner cell membranes and this little organelle, and they would teach you, this is how you make energy, this is how you burn fat, this is how you regenerate. So today, I want to spend some time on this Christmas special taking you through what I call a mitochondrial makeover. This is going to change every avenue of your health. Everything is involved in how your mitochondria regulate and control your healing. Listen to this, okay? Number one, they produce the energy that you need. So many of us are tired and fatigued, and we blame it on our work stress, our life stress, our lack of sleep, when in fact, maybe these mitochondria are weak. Maybe they're only cranking out small amounts of energy. I want you to think of these guys as batteries. You have millions of them, so you have the potential to have so much energy, but a lot of you, your mitochondria are not working. It regulates the replication and growth of your cells. Look, if you're degenerating, arthritis, disease, etc., that's your body breaking down. It's not necessarily due to age, but it has to do with the turnover rates of your cells. So if we can get you to grow new cells and kill all the old ones, the dead cells, the disease cells, the deficient cells, that's what your mitochondria do. They support your neurological function. So for signaling between brain and body, and also, get this, numbness, tingling, pain, they help you to make your body warm. So I'm talking about heat production. There's a lot of us that go around cold intolerant. We're cold all the time. Our feet are cold. Our hands are cold. Everybody else is roasting. Most of you think thyroid, but I'm telling you, think mitochondria. It helps to synthesize biochemicals that you need for healthy production of energy, your gut, etc. And when your mitochondria are off balance, it's tiredness, fatigue, aches, pain, difficulty losing weight, cellular issues, toxicities, health issues start showing up, diabetes, MS, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, neurological challenges. You know, if you're looking for a way out of your health, I'm telling you, you need to make over your mitochondria. If you're taking a medication for anything, you need to make over your mitochondria. If you want more energy, if you want to lose weight, I mean, right now, like we've got, 6 days till everybody starts hitting the gyms again? I mean, come on. You're going to see memberships go through the roof in the next couple of weeks. What if we get your mitochondria made over and your body heals by itself? I got to talk to you about the top 3 things that destroy your mitochondria and some things you can do, my 5 tips to revolutionize your mitochondria, give you tons of energy, help you to burn fat, clear out the illness you have, eat the diseased tissues, regenerate, rebuild, and boom, your health will come back from within. I'm going to also share with you guys a phenomenal test, right? We started working with a new lab. I'm holding up again on our live streams a little survey sheet. Basically, what this thing does is it shows you what percentage of function do you have. We can actually measure and score you. This was a person that I've been working with. 47% metabolic strength. Guys, that's disease forming in the body. We can check your mitochondria. We can see how stressed they are. We can stimulate your immune response. We can get you healthy and healing. And we're going to do that all during our show today as a Christmas special mitochondrial makeover. Boom! And get this, as a commercial break is looming on us, the last 2 weeks I've been giving away a $1,000 program that I have. It's the 4-week health transformation. It has everything you need. Diets from breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinners, and desserts, meal plans laid out every day for 4 weeks, shopping lists so you know exactly what to get, ebooks on making you a fat-burning machine, restaurants in the Charlotte area that support this diet, and free access to a private Facebook page where I answer your health questions for free. Okay, we are giving these away, and last 2 weeks we did 317 giveaways. Boom! But I want to see by the end of this year, right? We got about 6 days. Can I get 500 to be a part of this free giveaway, right? 500 is $1,000 per program if you were to purchase this from my clinic, but I'm giving it away free right now. How do you get it? You text your name and your email to 704-906-2094. Don't forget your name and your email. 704-906-2094. It's the Ask Dr. Ernst free 4-week total health transformation, diets, meal plans, shopping lists, guides, ebooks, and free access to the Ask Dr. Ernst Facebook Live group where I will answer your health questions at no cost, no copays, all for you. It's completely free. Again, 704-906-2094. Text your name and email. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Sterling believes in the science of CBD. Here's 3 great reasons to choose Sterling CBD. Reason number 1, Sterling is pure CBD. Sterling CBD is made from pure CBD isolate. We remove all the THC and unnecessary compounds, leaving only pure CBD. Reason number 2, backed by science. The U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, USADA, has approved CBD for U.S. Olympic athletes, but they only approve pure CBD, like Sterling CBD. Reason number 3, our organic hemp is FDA approved. At Sterling CBD, we quality control test at every manufacturing stage. We start with organic hemp plants and track them to our FDA-registered food-grade extraction facility. Our pure CBD products include capsules, isolates, lotions, and oils. We even have CBD pet products. You can find Sterling CBD at drernstscbd.com. Use the coupon code Dr. Ernst for 20% off your order.
How come there are people who drink a pint of whiskey a day for 20, 30 years, and at the end of it only 20 or 30% become cirrhotic? What happened to the others? And we speculated, we hypothesized, oh, it's the enzyme, alcoholic dehydrogenase made by the stomach. Maybe it's different, maybe it's genes, maybe it's polymorphism. The answer appears to be coffee. If you drink that much alcohol and drink 1 cup of regular coffee a day, 20% reduction in alcoholic cirrhosis risk, 2 cups 40%, 4 cups 80%. It's not a license to drink heavily.
Right.
And drink coffee and protect your liver. You know, you could still get Korsakoff psychosis, cardiomyopathy, pancreatitis, kill people on the road,
Sure.
ruin your marriage, but it does protect the liver. It's pretty amazing.
Here's a secret your grocery store does not want you to know. At ThriveMarket.com, get up to 50% off all your organic groceries delivered to your door for free. Shop organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, and paleo. And get a free jar of coconut oil. Thrive Market. Wholesome products, wholesale prices. Get your free coconut oil today only at ThriveMarket.com.
Good afternoon. Merry Christmas. Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. I'm your host, Dr. Aaron Ernst. Yes, this is a show where pounds are shed, disease is dead, and where you can be set free from your health problems. Today we're talking about something called a Merry Christmas Mitochondrial Makeover. Merry Mitochondrial Makeover. What the heck is a mitochondria, and why would you want to make it over? Well, guess what? It's a cell within inside of every cell of your body that is your gift to healing. These things, I'm holding up a little infographic for our live streams. Hey, listen, if you're listening somehow in the car, great. But maybe have a passenger pull up Facebook and go to Ask Dr. Ernst. Maybe you're watching on the YouTube live stream that we do, which is Ask Dr. Ernst. I'm showing you what a mitochondria look like. And what they are little tiny cells inside your cells, microscopic. But what they do is they make all of the energy in your body. So we eat food. And here's the thing. Some people say to me, well, Dr. Ernst, food is medicine. Food is healing. Food will repair your body. And it's like, well, yes, but A, it has to be the right kind of food. B, your body has to be able to absorb it and turn it into energy. So what would happen if you were an organic vegan, okay, and you eat nothing but plant-sourced proteins and fats and carbohydrates? So you have a clean diet, right? It's organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, grainless, vegan 100%, but your mitochondria are congested and stuck like a lot of yours are. And so all that good fuel comes in and the engine doesn't work. Your batteries are running bad. Can these be replaced? Yes. But here's the neat thing. Your body will do it for you when you stress, in a healthy way, your cells. Okay, you got to stress your body to get it to engage these mitochondria. Why would you want to do this? Well, first of all, your mitochondria are very special cells in that they produce all of your energy. They generate 90 to 95% of all the cellular energy that you use in your body to make things work. So for you to breathe, for you to hear me, for you to see me, for you to digest your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner or whatever you've got going on in your stomach still, for you to work, these mitochondria need to be at 100% their efficiency. And here's the unique thing. I talked about this at the top of the hour. A lot of people will say, well, I'm going to my doctor and I have this disease, I have this diagnosis, I have this condition, I have these symptoms, my skin's plaquing and rashing and it's psoriasis, or I've got major chronic migraine headaches, or I have sciatica going down my legs and I've got numbness and tingling, or I have acid reflux, or I've got chronic fatigue, or I have a thyroid disorder, or cholesterol issues, or diabetes. I mean, honestly, there's so many different types of conditions people see their physicians for, but rarely will you leave that with a prescription saying, make over your mitochondria, get these guys turned back on again. No, instead, it's medications for the symptoms. And unfortunately, the number one thing that destroys these guys are the pills you take daily to start feeling better. So we're going to help you to learn what they are, make them over, regenerate them, rebuild them, and support them with the right kinds of nutrients and supplements. I'm going to teach you today my top mitochondrial makeover supplements. We're going to talk about a mitochondrial diet. We're going to talk about the benefits you get by making over your mitochondria. And we're going to talk about the number one thing you're doing every day that's destroying these, sucking life out of your body. And we want to reverse that. We want to get you well, healthy, vibrant, alive, healing, happy, whole, you name it. Okay, so what are mitochondria? Well, they are an organ within your cells. Every part of your body has these, but some have more than others. And it's real easy to remember, how do you know which sections of my body have a lot of mitochondria? What requires the most amount of energy? Okay, the growth of your fingernails, though somewhat important, is not vital for your health. Okay, you could be fingernail-less and you'd still be okay. So do your fingernails have a lot of mitochondria? In fact, there's almost none. But your heart, kind of important, isn't it? Beats blood all around, makes sure the nutrients are being exchanged. It's keeping your pressure, your fluids moving. So your heart has a ton of mitochondria because it needs a lot of energy. It's never stopping, always going. What else never stops and always goes? Brain and nerve system, your immune system, all of these require energy. 90% of the energy that is produced and made in your body comes from these guys. And here's the thing. Some of you, the horsepower, is that a good analogy? The mitochondrial power, the strength of these is down. Let me give you an example. I'm using a patient sample here, and this is a gentleman that I've been working with for a couple months now. He gave me permission to share this. I'm not going to use his name, but I'm going to show you as an example. This was a test that we run. I'm going to teach you guys about this today, that can show us how strong is the inside of your body. And as I zoom in and hopefully it focuses, can you see this? Okay, if you're listening to the airways, it is a score of your metabolic strength. Now watch how cool this test is. We can do a urine sample, and what's so great is, look, if you hate needles, if you're averse to going to the lab and having them draw blood, guess what? This is a urine sample. You do this at home. You collect your urine, put it in a little vial, ship it out through FedEx. It goes to the lab. It'll come back and tell us how strong is your metabolic ability. Are you strong on the inside? Not the strength of your muscles, but how much are you able to detox? What's the health of your gut? Most importantly, there they are. See them right here? They're testing your mitochondria to look for efficiency. Those of you watching our live stream, okay, can you see this? That black dot, right, is way down, 43% drop. So we have a test now that can show us how strong are your mitochondria. Why is this important? Okay, well, number one, the mitochondria in your body produce new healthy cells. They teach the cell to regenerate and replicate. They are known for the growth and replication of your cell tissues. Why is that important? Well, every single day our cells are dying inside. Okay, you lose anywhere from probably 100,000 to maybe even 1 million cells every day. And some of these are in your brain and your pancreas and your stomach and your intestines. So I hope you think you can see this. If you lose 1 million cells, but 1 million cells come back, well, we have this net of 0, so you have regenerated fully. But if you lose 1 million cells and only 500,000 come back, 50% efficiency, now you're degenerating, you're degrading, you're breaking down. So the mitochondria are responsible for regeneration and regrowth. A lot of you want your joints to feel better. You want your energy back. You want your brain focus to be on par. You want to be able to speak as fast as I am and as listening as I am and paying attention as I am, because I get a lot of people that say to me, Dr. Ernst, like, you're like a freight train. Do you ever slow down? Well, my mitochondria are like 90% functional. That's what I want for you. I want energy, vitality, essence. So we need our cells to grow back again. It's responsible for the death of our old, sick, disease cells. When the mitochondria start shutting down, the cells shut down. They're supposed to. They die, and then they get regenerated. But if you're not regenerating, you're degenerating. They're responsible for our neurological function. They make us secrete neurotransmitters, norepinephrine, dopamine, serotonin, all the feel-good hormones that you want. You want your brain focused, attentive, active, and alive. We need to make over our mitochondria. They help to produce heat. So some people will say, I'm cold all the time, it's freezing. That's a warning sign your mitochondria need a makeover. They help to make biochemical processes, okay? So I'm going to show you a fancy sheet here. Okay, this is called the citric acid cycle. It's how you take fats, proteins, and carbs and make energy out of them. This chemical response is happening inside the mitochondria. Okay, so keeping it simple, you take sugar, you turn it into energy. You can take fat and turn it into a ketone, which can then be turned into energy. You can take proteins and break them down into their amino acids and sometimes convert them into sugars, which goes back into here, and you make energy. But there's a lot of byproducts. So some of the byproducts of this process are turned into other ingredients like glutamine and glycine and N-acetylcysteine and glutathione. So you can't have health without your mitochondria working. How would you know if your mitochondria are off balance? Okay, well, number one, if you take a medication for anything, heart, kidneys, liver, pancreas, muscles, brain, eyes, nerves, ears, or you've been diagnosed, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, neurological issues, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, etc. If you're tired all the time, if you have acid reflux, if your muscles ache, if you get headaches, I want you to think mitochondria need to be made over. All right? What causes damage to them? Okay, well, here's the thing. Number one, the worst damage that can happen to your mitochondria comes from being exposed to toxins. And I hate to say it, but we live in a world today where everything, your air that you breathe, the water that you drink, the clothes that you wear, the food that you eat, the products that you use, it's been said that some of the most dangerous chemicals are probably in your household, under your sinks, in your cabinets, or in your closets. And these things can create damage and inflammation. Unfortunately, the big ones are conventional cleaning products, beauty products, mold, and other chemicals that we get exposed to through the foods that we eat. So if you're doing non-organic or you're eating genetically modified or processed foods, your mitochondria get congested because of toxicities. But here's one that I'm going to share with you that is a big player. Remember, think energy. If your body's producing energy, it needs to regenerate. It needs to come back to life again. And I'm stalling because I'm looking for a special note that I found. But watch this. There's a new diagnosis code. This is what a doctor would say. Well, you have W90.X8XXA. W90.8XXA. It's the ICD-10 code for EMF-induced syndrome. Electromagnetic frequencies. What has really been shown in the research to destroy your energy, your mitochondria, is the amount of exposure you have to cell phones, computers, Wi-Fi, internet, electronic devices, EMF, all these things. They're dangerous for your body, and there's research showing that those electromagnetic frequencies shut down your mitochondria and lead to health issues, and it's becoming so rampant there is now an ICD-10 diagnostic code. But yet, most doctors aren't going to say, well, I think you have EMF syndrome, mitochondrial electromagnetic frequency damage. But you can turn that around. So when I come back from this next commercial, the three things that destroy it, one, we just talked about the Wi-Fi. What do we do to make them over? And what supplements can you take to drastically improve your mitochondria and make you energetic and healing? Right now is also your opportunity, all during the remainder of this year, okay? It's Saturday. It's Christmas. We have, I think, 6 days left to the end of this year. I am giving away a $1,000 4-week makeover program. Normally, this is exclusively held for people that purchase it, but you get 4 weeks of the Mitochondrial Makeover diet. It's laid out for you: breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and desserts every day for 30 days. You also get our shopping guides, which will show you week to week what you need to get when you go to the grocery store so you can get the foods that heal your mitochondria. We're also going to show you the restaurants in the Charlotte area that support this healthy diet so you can still go out to eat. And you get our ebooks on turning on the fat burning switch, and of course, some things that will help you to learn how to make over your mitochondria. How much is that? Normally $9.97. Normally, it's something I coach people through, but we're giving it all away for free, plus a bonus. You get access to a free private Facebook group that I have set up and established to answer your health questions. We do Facebook Lives. We do all kinds of Q&A. That's free. You need to text your name and your email to 704-906-2094. Again, name and email to 704-906-2094. That'll get you the free packets, and don't go away. The best is yet to come. We'll be right back.
Sterling believes in the science of CBD. Here's 3 great reasons to choose Sterling CBD. Reason number 1, Sterling is pure CBD. Sterling CBD is made from pure CBD isolate. We remove all the THC and unnecessary compounds, leaving only pure CBD. Reason number 2, backed by science. The U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, USADA, has approved CBD for U.S. Olympic athletes, but they only approve pure CBD, like Sterling CBD. Reason number 3, our organic hemp is FDA approved. At Sterling CBD, we quality control test at every manufacturing stage. We start with organic hemp plants and track them to our FDA-registered food-grade extraction facility. Our pure CBD products include capsules, isolates, lotions, and oils. We even have CBD pet products. You can find Sterling CBD at drernstcbd.com. Use the coupon code Dr. Ernst for 20% off your order.
How come there are people who drink a pint of whiskey a day for 20, 30 years, and at the end of it, only 20 or 30% become cirrhotic? What happened to the others? And we speculated, we hypothesized, it's the enzyme, alcoholic dehydrogenase made by the stomach. Maybe it's different, maybe it's genes, maybe it's polymorphism. The answer appears to be coffee. If you drink that much alcohol and drink 1 cup of regular coffee a day, 20% reduction in alcoholic cirrhosis risk, 2 cups 40%, 4 cups 80%. It's not a license to drink heavily and drink coffee and protect your liver. You could still get Korsakoff psychosis, cardiomyopathy, pancreatitis, kill people on the road, ruin your marriage, but it does protect the liver. It's pretty amazing.
Here's a secret your grocery store does not want you to know. At ThriveMarket.com, get up to 50% off all your organic groceries delivered to your door for free. Shop organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, and paleo. And get a free jar of coconut oil. Thrive Market. Wholesome products, wholesale prices. Get your free coconut oil today only at ThriveMarket.com.
So this is the difference between biodynamic and conventional farming. Just look at the difference in vineyards here. You have very green grass and herbs and life growing, and then dead soil over here. So this is a conventional vineyard where they spray pesticides, they use a lot of tractors to pull up the soil. This soil is dead, it's dry. There's no life. This is Klaus's vineyard. It's farmed biodynamically. Everything is picked by hand and they don't use any chemicals. So there's life, there's green grass, everything grows. This is the big disparity between conventional farming and biodynamic farming, and you can see it perfectly side by side. We prefer this wine, of course, because this wine is dead. There's nothing living in it.
Good afternoon. Merry Christmas. Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. I'm your host, Dr. Aaron Ernst. And what a beautiful day today. Yes, I know it's Christmas Day, and a lot of you are at home or resting, relaxing. But I'm going to talk to you today about making over your mitochondria. Since the top of the hour, we've been discussing this little-known secret. All right, in the world of functional medicine, it's one of the first things that we look for when anybody comes in saying, I have a health issue. I've been diagnosed with this, and I take that, and I want a way out. Recently I had a couple phone calls with some people. A lot of you listen to our show, thank you, and you'll say stuff like, Dr. Ernst, I've been listening to you for 3 years. I love your show. I listen to it every Saturday, and I've got booklets of notes that I take. And, I even had one person tell me they download every video and they've archived them and they've labeled them by condition so they know if I ever have a problem or a family member with a health issue, they send them the files. But I did a call recently with someone, and they said, I've been listening to your show for years. Thank you for what you do. I'm now into the 4th medication to go against my health issue, and it's still not getting better. And the challenge is I work in the healthcare field. Okay, so listen, I have patients from all avenues, nurses, doctors, it doesn't matter, okay? What you'll learn about me is that I want you to become the doctor, okay? So they're calling me going, can I help? Can you help me? Tell me what to do. And I'm like, I can, but here's the thing. You're going to heal from this. You're going to be the one to engage it. And you know what they said? How do I do this, Dr. Ernst? Okay, great. That's the best question you can ever ask. We need to test your body and find out where it's either working or not working. And the number one thing to get tested, especially as we transition into the new year, in my opinion, is the strength of your mitochondria. Those are the cells in your body that produce energy. They help to regulate neurological function. They create biochemical processes that help to engage healing. They burn fat for energy when you teach them the right way to do that. And they help to stimulate your immune response. So in essence, you can't live without them, but yet many of you haven't done anything for them. So I'm on the phone with this patient, and I said, yeah, we need to test you. And, of course, they're going, well, I just had my blood test done at the doctor. Can I send that to you, and will it tell you anything? No. Okay, they're not doing mitochondrial stress tests. They're not looking at liver functionality. They're not looking at your guts. So we use something called an organic acids profile. For those of you on our live streams, I'm holding it up. What I love about this test is it looks at the major functions of your body, one being the health of your mitochondria, the other being, are you eating a really good diet? Notice this person has real low scores on their dietary response. Are you regenerating? Are you rebuilding yourselves? Are you putting on muscle and having good quality bone, or is it falling apart? Can you detox? Are you able to pull toxins from your body? Is your gut healthy, or is it leaking? Is it infected? Do you have an inflammatory process causing disease inside of your body? So look at this. We can find out how healthy you are. And what this shows, as this one patient, 43.7% functional when I started to meet with them. What does that mean? Well, it's almost a 60% deficit in healing. So they're only working at 43%. And so we would wonder and look at why medications aren't working, diet's not working, because their body needs a full makeover. So what causes this? What makes us so deficient? Well, the toxins we're exposed to, food, water, products, etc., they gum up and damage the cell tissues in the body. We also talked about how because your mitochondria are energy producers, negative energies, EMF, Wi-Fi, electromagnetic frequencies, this can all harm and damage your mitochondria. So that is the number one thing. All the technology we have is sucking the life out of us because it destroys our mitochondria. And what you'll often find is the more tech you have, the more tired you are. It's sad, but it's the reality. Usually people who go out into the middle of nowhere where there's no Wi-Fi and they're in a mountain home or something like that and they shut off all their devices or they leave them at home will say, oh my God, I rested so well, I slept so well, I felt so... See where I'm going with this? We got to get ourselves out of the EMF. Okay, number 2, chronic infections. This is a big deal, guys. A lot of us have been stressing our immune system out for months or years because of not addressing the chronicity. Okay, here's the way an infection should happen. Acutely, you get exposed to a virus, a bacteria, a toxin. You stimulate an immune response, and in about 3 to 4 days, it should be gone. But some of you have low-lying, low-grade infections. In fact, it's so rampant today that I can almost estimate that if you're taking a medication, you have a chronic infection, but you just haven't located it. Okay, the most common chronic infection that destroys your mitochondria is Epstein-Barr virus. It's a big one, right? It's mononucleosis, and some of you will say, oh, yeah, I had it when I was in college, but I don't have any symptoms of it. I don't have any issues, but Epstein-Barr virus can go chronic and cause dysfunctions to your health. Chronic bacterial infections, typically UTIs, more in the female population than the males, but males can have them too. But if you're getting chronic, reoccurring UTIs, I want you to think chronic infections. There's a common one that a lot of people have, which is a fungal infection of the bacteria and the things inside of your gut, known as candida or candidal overgrowth. SIBO, having too much bacteria in your small intestine. All of these lead to oxidative stress, chronic infective natures, and it's a compromising of your immune system, and that sucks the energy out of your mitochondria. Thirdly, it's, of course, the lifestyle that you live. Okay, so the amount of I'll call it stress that you add to your body because of your diet or because of your lack of exercise and things to this effect. If your diet's filled with highly inflammatory foods, so this is the classic Americanized, empty calorie, high sugar, high processed food diet, low in antioxidants, low in fruits and vegetables. These tend to inflame the cell tissues and cause major damage. And in addition to this lack of good diet, also your sleep patterns and your sleep lifestyles have a huge play in this. Okay, so the top 3 things: toxins, major damages through the chemical products we use, chronic infections, having Epstein-Barr, fungus infections, candida, bacterial infections, chronic UTIs, SIBO, etc. Poor lifestyle habits, mostly your diet, your exercise, and your sleeping patterns. All 3 of these rob the life out of your mitochondria. So what do we need to do to fix this? Okay, number 1, we need to build a nutrient-rich mitochondrial plan. Number 2, we need to start talking to you about doing more of a keto-based diet, doing some fasting, helping you to sleep better, and something that I like called red light therapy, which we're going to talk about when we come back from our commercial break. And then I have my list of supplements. You use these, you're going to turn your energy around real quick. And if you're looking for what is the diet, well, right now, pick up the phone and text your name and your email to 704-906-2094. That text line will give you a free 4-week guide. Normally, this pack is a $997 program, but I'm giving it away for free as part of our Christmas giveaway now and for the next 5 or 6 days. So it's an ebook that shows you how to do the mitochondrial switch, burning fat instead of sugars. It's a recipe pack, over 80 different recipes that support the diet that I've just talked to you about. It's the shopping lists you need to get your foods each week. It's the meal plans, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and dessert daily. We did all the work for you. And it's also some free giveaways, restaurants in the Charlotte area, and access to a free Facebook Live group that I've set up. How do you get it again? 704-906-2094. And you text your name and email right now, and I'll be right back after this commercial break to show you how to fix your mitochondria. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Sterling believes in the science of CBD. Here's 3 great reasons to choose Sterling CBD. Reason number 1, Sterling is pure CBD. Sterling CBD is made from pure CBD isolate. We remove all the THC and unnecessary compounds, leaving only pure CBD. Reason number 2, backed by science. The U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, USADA, has approved CBD for U.S. Olympic athletes, but they only approve pure CBD, like Sterling CBD. Reason number 3, our organic hemp is FDA approved. At Sterling CBD, we quality control test at every manufacturing stage. We start with organic hemp plants and track them to our FDA-registered food-grade extraction facility. Our pure CBD products include capsules, isolates, lotions, and oils. We even have CBD pet products. You can find Sterling CBD at drernstcbd.com. Use the coupon code Dr. Ernst for 20% off your order.
What if we told you coffee was good for you?
Coffee is the single highest source of antioxidants in the Western diet. More antioxidants than kale, more antioxidants than 70% dark chocolate, and more antioxidants than blueberries.
In fact, what if we told you that coffee is really good for you?
Research shows that 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day dramatically enhances performance in high-intensity exercise, improves memory, reaction times, and overall cognitive function, decreases risk of depression, promotes weight loss by boosting metabolic rates, reduces risk of type 2 diabetes up to 40%, decreases risk of liver cancer up to 71%, reduces risk of Parkinson's up to 30%, and decreases risk of Alzheimer's up to 65%. Overall, coffee drinkers live longer. People who drink 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day have about a 15% lower risk of premature mortality compared to people who don't drink coffee.
Good afternoon. Hey, Merry Christmas. Of all the days to come at you with an amazing show, we chose Christmas Day to give you what I call a Merry Christmas Mitochondrial Makeover. And why would you want to do that? Well, if you've been tuning in since the top of the hour, man, your mitochondria are the most important organ in your body because they produce the energy that you need for your cells and your tissues to work. Some people will say your heart is the most important. And now I get that, right? It's got to pump the blood around. It's got to make sure the fluids are moving. It helps with exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. And listen, if your heart stops, yeah, you're done. But guess what makes your heart beat? Well, it's technically a nerve signal from your brain down to the heart to make the atrium beat and then the ventricle, and we pump blood back and forth. But inside the heart, the muscles don't contract unless the mitochondria are producing energy. You also have these things called mitochondria in your brain, in every organ of your body, in your skin, in your eyes. They're everywhere. And what we've learned is that if your mitochondria are deficient, you're going to pay the price with some sort of health issue. It usually starts showing up as just beginning stages of tiredness and fatigue. And it's not that you're, working too hard or that you're stressed out. It's that we need to start paying attention to the mitochondria. Number 2, it can start to lead to other health issues: acid reflux, numbness, tingling, migraine headaches, joint pains, aches, muscle stiffness, tiredness, etc., cramping. And of course, most of us, again, will slough that off as I had a busy week and I haven't been eating right and da-da-da. Well, then it goes even deeper and it starts showing up as elevated cholesterol, high blood pressures, elevated blood sugars, skin reactions, rashes, psoriasis, dermatitis, plaques. Then it goes even deeper and starts to affect your nerve function. And since your nerve system is electrical, the signal firing starts to drop. Then we get all kinds of issues: numbness and tingling, brain fog, forgetfulness. And then if it goes even deeper, it can affect organic function: your thyroid, your pancreas, your kidneys, your heart, your lungs. So we need to make sure we regenerate these guys. Okay, so I talked at the top of the hour, the top 3 things that destroy them: the toxins you're exposed to, chemicals and electromagnetic toxins, all the devices we have, your phones and your watches and your smart things and your internet-based devices and just whatever you guys are electronically using every day. Number 2, we said that chronic infections, Epstein-Barr, UTIs, SIBO, and even fungal infections like Candida can suck the life out of your mitochondria. And then we also said that your lifestyle gets to choose: are your mitochondria healthy, strong, vibrant, and alive, or are they choking themselves out? We talked at the top of the hour about how there's a brand new test. It's an at-home urine sample that you can run that'll actually show you how strong are your mitochondria, how healthy is your metabolism. And if you came back like this patient at 43.7% functional, then I would be able to say to you, well, here's why you're so tired and fatigued and you're taking these medications. And so what do we do now? We're going to make them over. We're going to turn the tide on this. Number 1, nutrient-rich mitochondrial diet. As I've talked every single show that I've been doing now for 10 plus years, the way you eat determines the health of your body, but not that food gives you your healing. It's food is a fuel source, and when your mitochondria get repaired, the energy starts to go up and your cells start to regenerate. So you could become an organic vegan, but if your mitochondria are bad, they're not going to give you the health you're looking for. And so you'll say, well, I did the best diet, but I'm not getting results. So what we want to do is avoid the inflammatory foods, refined carbohydrates, the starchy white grain-based nutrients, corn and wheat and dairy, oats and soy, etc. We want to stay away from the bad fats. Those are the oils that a lot of you tend to eat thinking they're healthy for you, like canola and corn and, vegetable oils and things to this effect, margarines, whatnot. And we need to shift to what I term the mitochondrial powerhouse, okay? It's basically a diet high in green vegetables, lots of different herbs, cilantro, parsley, coriander, etc., nuts and seeds, healthy plant fats, avocados, coconuts, coconut oils, coconut butters, ghee, MCT oils, pasture-raised eggs, grass-fed meat products, wild-caught fish, and if you can do this, any sort of game meats. And here's the unique thing, guys. If there's a food that you could eat that would rapidly boost your mitochondria, it's going to be the organs from animals that have the highest amount of mitochondria in them. Now, here's a little word of caution. When eating organs, all right, number one, they have to be from a clean source, okay? So grass-fed beef is the best. So we can do things like liver. Some people eat kidney. And some of you can do bone broths very easily to get the nutrients out of the tendons and the joints, which are high in mitochondria. So again, we want our joints to regenerate. So I want to think of it as like if you make a joint broth using bones and knuckles and stuff like that, and if you occasionally eat a little bit of some grass-fed liver, you will see a drastic turnaround. Organ meats, again, are extremely high in vitamin B12 and the fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, and they have a tremendous amount of omega-3 fatty acids that help to stimulate your mitochondria. Okay, so now that we're doing proteins and greens and nuts and seeds and clean, healthy foods, the next step to talk about mitochondrial makeover is about fasting. And here's the unique thing, okay? Today, we're exposed to just food all the time. It's everywhere. It's all around us. We can buy anything at any time, whenever we want. But your body was designed to actually go through periods of not eating. I know it sounds weird, but also then feasting when you do eat. So I want you to think of it as kind of like you need to induce a famine every so often in your household. And maybe this requires you to stop buying food so there's nothing to eat. Maybe it just requires you to put a lock on your refrigerator or, a piece of tape or something on your pantry saying, not now, making over my mitochondria, okay? So what's been shown to do this? Intermittent fasting and a ketotic diet, which of course is very high in plant fats and very low in carbohydrates. The research shows this. When you use sugar for energy, your mitochondria can do that, but there's a lot of byproducts that are toxic and acidic. On the other hand, your mitochondria can also take fat, and by converting the fat into this thing called acetyl-CoA, fat can enter into this equation and start cranking through your mitochondria, making a ton of energy. Research shows that a ketogenic diet can slow the progression of mitochondrial disorders, positively influence longevity output, and increase mental clarity, focus, concentration, and give you energy while, get this, slowing the aging process and reducing chronic inflammation. Another thing we need to do to make over our mitochondria is just get up and start moving. Listen to this statistic. The average American sits for 13 hours a day. Okay, many of you sit at a desk when you get to work. Many of you sit to eat breakfast. Many of you sit when you get home and watch TV. And then many of you sit or lay down when you sleep for 6, 7, 8 hours. So if you combine the average American sitting period to the average American sleeping period, listen to this, 20 to 21 hours of your day is in a reclined, relaxed position. So we need to move. Regular exercise has been shown to move your mitochondria physically, stimulate their functionality, and then watch this. The more you move, the better you sleep, the better your immune system, the better your brain functionality, the better your heart, and they've shown that the more movement you have in your life, of course, the longer you live. Watch this. A study found that if you do just simple interval training, like a high-intensity workout for 6 or 10 minutes, that volunteers in this study that were over the age of 50 had a 70% increase in mitochondrial function. That's huge, guys. Partly because as we get older, it's more difficult for us to regulate our immune response and to heal. So if you want to talk about the best thing you can do is make over your mitochondria, start moving, start fasting, start doing the mitochondrial diets, and you'll see a massive change. Of course, we need to sleep, but here's the thing. Many of you don't go through a nightly routine to calm yourself down. So a lot of us will come home, we'll eat dinner, we'll have an hour or two, we'll watch TV, news, whatever. Usually a lot of the movies are quite graphic, and so our brain is heavily stimulated. Or we're listening to the news about how the world is ending and the money is dying and we're losing things left and right. There was a robbery next to your neighbor, whatever. News is typically negative, and so it gives you that rev state, and then a lot of you struggle to fall asleep. So what I'd like to propose is you start a nightly routine where you begin to wind yourself down, right? We avoid the electronics. We watch out for watching the news. We maybe take a Epsom salt bath or do some meditation or something to help you get through the night. And if you do that, you'll see a huge benefit. Okay, real quick, red light therapy, massive. And it's really good for your cells because unlike ultraviolet light, red light therapy is completely safe. You can do it in your house. You're not going to burn. You don't have to wear protective goggles or anything like that. And red light therapy stimulates specifically the mitochondria. Here's the unique thing. Inside your mitochondria, you have a photoreceptor. So they actually look for light. And if you give yourself the right kinds of light, you can stimulate those mitochondria. And they make red light bulbs or red light therapy that you can even buy for your house. $50, $60, $70 for a red light bulb. You screw it into a lamp. You shine the lamp on your face or on your body, and you can actually turn your energy around. What are the supplements that really massively make over your mitochondria? Well, here we go. Ready? Number one, CoQ10. I'm going to say out the door. 99% of people I work with are deficient in CoQ10. It's the most common nutrient deficiency that has the biggest effect on your health because CoQ10 is an enzyme that helps to regulate your energy production. Low CoQ10 has been connected with many different types of diseases, and unfortunately, a lot of us are deficient. You can eat it in grass-fed beef, liver, kidney. You can get it from some fruits, including strawberries and avocados, which is technically a fruit, and it also is found in broccoli, cauliflower, nuts and seeds, and highly in extra virgin olive oil and cod liver oils. Carnitine, huge for the mitochondria. Okay, look, if you're really tired and you're struggling to lose weight, start taking L-carnitine. It transports the fatty acids directly into the mitochondria and helps to get them to burn. So some of you just have a hard time moving the fat around in your body, and so we want to use L-carnitine to push for that. Alpha-Lipoic Acid is another really good one. Not only does it help to stabilize your blood sugars, but it's been shown to increase the effectiveness of your mitochondria and help them to make more energy. You'll find alpha-lipoic acid, guess what? Grass-fed meat products, liver, kidney, and also broccoli, spinach, and some tomatoes. Specifically, the heirloom tomatoes are quite high. Last on my list, and it's the best of all, is curcumin, which is the active ingredient of turmeric. Curcumin is holding up in research to be the most abundant health benefit you can have. It specifically is anti-inflammatory. It helps to upregulate energy production, and most importantly, it's an antioxidant. So as your body's breathing and respiring, it's giving off metabolic waste that can choke out your mitochondria. So we want to flush them with those nutrients. We want to clean out our diet. We want to change our sleep patterns. We want to start moving, and what you'll find is mitochondria will be made over quick. There we go. We did it. A Christmas Day special on making over your mitochondria. If you're looking for more of a line by line, like I want the diet, I want the guides, I want the shopping plans, I want the ebooks. Well, guess what? We're giving them away for today and the next 6 days completely free. Normally a $1,000 program. The Ask Dr. Ernst 4-week transformation. You get everything. You get the ebooks with all the guides and the recipes. You get the meal plans. You get the shopping lists. You get the restaurants in the Charlotte area that support it. And most importantly, you get access to a free private Facebook group that I'm hosting to answer your health questions, connect with you, and point you in a direction to healing yourself. How do you get it? Well, right now, pick up the phone and text 704-906-2094, your name and your email. 704-906-2094. With your name and email, you unlock the ability for my team to send it to you. And guess what? It's got everything you need. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope you have the merriest of Christmases and the greatest of New Years. I've got a great show for you to kick off the new year coming up next Saturday. I hope to see you at 3 o'clock. Until then, be blessed.